Hey guys, welcome to Local Nerd News. I'm Nerd Dude.
And I'm Cyber Guy, and in our last episode, the first ever episode of Local Nerd News, we had one topic that we were discussing about an inhabitable planet that's 1,400 light years or 1,400 light years away from our solar system or our planet. In that episode, you, Nerd Dude, asked how far away that was. At the time, I didn't know how far away that was, but I have an update. It will currently take humanity, with its current technology, 800,000 years to reach that planet.
Hold on a sec. You said how far. Don't you mean how long?
Yeah, how long, yes. It will take 800,000 years.
Use your words very wisely, Cyber Guy.
Yes. Now, because we're doing this in one take, you will hear all bloopers that happen.
Oh, and before we go on, there's a reason why we have names. We only do this to protect ourselves.
Like Batman.
Yeah.
Just in case you're wondering if there's jumps or anything, this is just parts that will not be appropriate for all ages, so just to make that clear.
Like the Deadpool trailer.
Yes. Now, first of all, before we actually begin on telling you what our topics will be, well, I would like to apologize about the delay in the episodes, how we try to upload them as frequently as we can, but we've been on a very busy schedule, so we haven't been able to.
Yeah.
Alright, now, finally, back on track. What topics will you be talking about?
I might be talking about a secret that was hidden to us from The Big Bang Theory from Season 1 about Leonard's birthday party.
Oh.
And I will talk about the teams from Captain America Civil War and the new Assassin's Creed costume.
Alright. I will be talking about a new animated Scooby-Doo movie, which is called Scooby-Doo and Kiss Rock and Roll Mystery, introducing two things which will remain a secret until we get up to them. I'll be talking about the new Fantastic Four movie, and if there is enough time, I'll be talking about the Big Bang Theory finale. And let's begin.
Before we begin,
there seems to be a lot of delays.
Yeah, I'm sorry. At the end, we'll introduce. We'll talk to you about our new miniseries, which you can look up on YouTube. We don't know when.
We don't know when these series will begin. They'll just begin at a random time.
Yeah, so subscribe to our YouTube channel, Local Nerd News with Nerd Dude and Cyber Guy. And we'll also talk about sequels that should happen. So, yeah. So we should begin, right?
Yeah, we should begin. There's been enough delays already.
Yeah. Alright, who should begin first?
I'll begin.
Yeah.
To begin, I'll talk about Fantastic Four, the new movie which has a pretty bad reputation.
The bomb!
Kind of a strange opening, but because this is audio only, he just made a bomb or an explosion action with his hands. But the new Fantastic Four movie that came out is getting a sequel, which I don't really mind that because I enjoyed the Fantastic Four movie, but not as much as, like, I don't know, the Batman trilogy or, you know, all those good ones.
Or Daredevil.
Yeah, or the new Daredevil TV show.
Or the old movie. That was way better than what this was.
But I think that the Fantastic Four movie, it's better than what people are saying it is on the internet. Now, in that movie, they could have done things a lot better, like the fight with Doctor Doom. Oh, this should go without saying, but spoiler alert. The fight with Doctor Doom, it only went on for like 2 or 3 minutes. It wasn't that long.
Yeah. Wait, but there was some confusions about the movie. Like, what were Doctor Doom's powers on Earth?
Yeah, Doctor Doom's powers on Earth were like every power.
Yeah, every power. From force fields to blowing heads up. What was that called?
Yeah, it doesn't really have a specific name. It's all like, I will beat everybody up and no one can stop me power.
Yeah.
But when he goes back to his planet that he was on for a year before humanity found him again, in an alternate dimension, he goes back with the Four who follow him, which are the Fantastic Four. And
wait, I'm pretty wait, are you sure? Because
yeah, it's an alternate.
Because didn't Susan Storm not go?
No, she didn't go to the dimension in the first place, but the returning of the 3 out of the 4, not including Victor Von Doom, when they came back, she got affected by their returning and got superpowers.
Wait, if that was a possibility, wouldn't that mean everyone in the facility would have superpowers?
You would think so, but no. But,
Something you didn't clear up, Fox. Something
yeah.
you didn't clear up.
But now back to the fight with Doctor Doom. Now, even though the fight was relatively short, it contained teamwork from the Fantastic Four, and that's probably about it.
Oh wait, didn't they cut out scenes from the movie that was used in the trailer?
I think they did, yeah.
Yeah, like the Thing falling from the plane and crashing into the military site,
Yeah,
or
I think they
the
missed
Thing, or the Thing fighting against that tank.
that. No, fighting against the tank was in there, but it wasn't a proper clip. It was the military showing the government what the Thing could do.
Yeah.
And just so you know, if you're going to go see the movie or you're going to watch it,
bring a crucifix.
the Thing doesn't wear pants because he doesn't have genitals. Just clear that up.
That's gonna be really hard for him.
Yeah, but the final fight with Doctor Doom, the way Doctor Doom is defeated is one punch from the Thing. Now, you would think because Doctor Doom is one of the Fantastic Four's main villains, and he's the most powerful, and he's more powerful than all four of them combined while on Earth, so you would think he'd be infinitely more powerful on his own planet. But it takes one punch from the Thing to defeat him. Now, the fight, come on.
Wait a minute. He had the power to create force fields. Why didn't he block it?
He also has the power to rip chunks out of the ground and do whatever he wants, basically. But he didn't see the Thing, and he got punched. That's what defeated him. Like, come on.
Yeah.
That one there could have been better, but the rest of the movie, although it was explaining the origin of the Fantastic Four, it could have been better, but I don't think it was as bad as people were saying on the internet.
For him.
Yeah, that's just my opinion. Everyone has their own.
Yeah. Well, everyone that's listening right now, you're probably thinking, dude, you're a big idiot for liking that movie.
No, I just don't think it was as bad. But that basically covers for the Fantastic Four, so let's move on to the next topic, which he would now say.
The secret in the Big Bang Theory during the episode of Leonard's birthday party, when Howard and Raj were coming back from shopping to go into Penny's apartment, they did a secret knock. But the door didn't open, so they did it again. Then when Sheldon opened it, he was like, "That's not the secret knock. This is the secret knock." Now, this is really interesting because about a year ago, I was doing it, and then I was playing with it.
As in the...
Yeah, I was playing with that, and then I realized something so interesting that I was so excited.
Now, this is something that probably a lot of people don't know, so if you find it out for the first time, try it by yourself, and then it will work. Trust me.
Alright. So I was speeding it up, and then it clicked into my head what it was. But I'll speed it. Okay, so this was the knock.
So now 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Now, this is it sped up.
This is sped up. Listen carefully. The Terminator theme song. That knock was the Terminator theme song.
That's clever.
Yeah, that is clever, and I figured that out a year ago.
Yeah, that was encrypted in the Big Bang Theory. And
well, we don't know if Chuck Lorre meant to do that or not to do that.
But either way, it's a happy coincidence.
Yeah, happy coincidence that I just stumbled upon, and I acted like a big idiot, just rambling it off to everyone I saw. I was like, "Hey, I found something! Look at this!"
And
yeah, the thing not sped up.
Yeah, and now that was his impersonation of himself a year ago, and now he's telling everyone that's going to listen to this episode of the podcast.
But don't worry about it. My voice deepened in grade 6, so yeah, I didn't sound like that last year. I'm not that kind of nerd.
Yeah. Okay, so that
concludes mine. What do you want to? What's your topic?
Well, I was about to say that practically covers the Big Bang Theory, except for the finale of the Big Bang Theory, which Well, I'm a huge fan of The Big Bang Theory because
I think we all are,
Yeah.
dude.
well, not everyone. Some people find it incredibly annoying, but I'm not one of those people. Now, in the Big Bang Theory finale, which
I didn't see.
The Big Bang Theory is going to start either late September or early October. I don't know when, but in it, spoiler alert, just again, this should go without saying. In it, Sheldon FaceTimes Amy or Skypes her at the very end of the episode. Because they are a couple, as most people would think. And in it, Sheldon was about to propose. Yeah, sorry, once again, sorry if you hear jumping out, this is just editing problems. But in the episode, at the very end, Sheldon Skypes Amy and is about to propose to her through a computer.
That's stupid.
It is stupid, but Sheldon doesn't know any better. That's the best he can do. And right before he proposes to her, Amy breaks up the relationship with Sheldon after saying the relationship is going nowhere. I need some time to think, stuff, etc., etc. Now, as soon as she said that, hung up. Sheldon got his Golem action figure that he had on his desk, rotated it, and said something along the lines of, Gollum, you're an expert on rings, holds up the proposal ring, or the wedding ring, goes, what do I do with this one? And that's when the episode ends.
That is a nerd's worst nightmare, being dumped by a girl.
Yes, especially because Amy was the one that initiated the relationship. But that is the end, and I really hope they resolve this in season 9, I think?
Yeah.
Wow, season 9. But I really hope they resolve this, because that is a cliffhanger that no one wants to be left on for too long.
Yeah. Does that cover yours?
Yeah, that covers nearly everything on the Big Bang Theory that we're going to talk about this episode, so
Alright.
that's that.
Alright, let me just try to remember what I was gonna talk about. I'm really sorry, I really have a bad memory. Oh yeah, the Captain America Civil War teams.
Yeah, that looks like a good movie.
Yeah, it's just
Even though it's not out yet.
yeah, and then if you were one of the guys that were at D23 this year, you would have seen the Captain America Civil War trailer, which is unfair and cruel. Screw you, Disney.
This is just a typical nerd rage, so you're just gonna have to do what I'm doing and suffer through the pain.
Oh well, but anyway, the teams. I think it was yesterday or the day before. I went online and then I stumbled upon the teams, and apparently it's 6-on-5. That's really unfair. Wouldn't you agree, guy?
It is unfair, but come on, they're superheroes. They can hold their own against an entire civilization of.
Well, anyway,
But they are superheroes. They can defeat an entire organization.
Yeah. Well, I should introduce the teams that are going to be in the movie.
Okay.
First off with Iron Man's team. In his team is, obviously him, Black Widow, War Machine, The Vision, and Black Panther. Yeah. The relationships between them are that The Vision was partially created by Iron Man. By linking Jarvis into the Vision's body. War Machine is Iron Man's best friend, and Black Widow is a sort of like a love interest from the Iron Man 2 movie.
Or if you read comic books from them.
Yeah. And this was interesting because Black Widow is more associated with Captain America, so we don't know why she's on Iron Man's team. And the relationship with Black Panther is unknown yet, as far as I know. And with Captain America's team, we have, of course, him.
It would be dumb if he wasn't on his own team.
His friend.
Not friend.
Friend. Maybe that'll be a new catch-on, friend. Yeah. Hey, I'm your new friend.
All right, come on, let's get back.
Well, anyway,
let's get back on topic.
Yeah, Captain America's sort of best friend, Falcon, and interestingly, Falcon finally has Red Wing, but not the Red Wing that we know. He's not a real Falcon. He's actually a machine. So we don't know how that's gonna appeal to fans that love the Falcon. Captain America's World War II buddy, Bucky, the Winter Soldier. Uh, oh, yeah, yeah. Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Nobody knew about Hawkeye until they started watching the Avengers movie, and then everybody knew about Hawkeye.
Yeah. Surprisingly, they recruited a guy that Falcon knows.
It knows a little too well, actually.
Yeah, a little too well, might I say. And that guy is Ant-Man. So Ant-Man is going to be on Captain America's team. And also,
There's one other member that we are not sure of, which
Sharon Carter,
there
aka
we go.
Agent 13. Yeah, a surprisingly little love interest from Captain America: The Winter Soldier that
Yeah.
never happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just Captain America. Now,
Yeah, but we don't. But I heard that Spider-Man is going to be a big role in it.
which he is going on to, well, probably going on to Iron Man's side as he gets the Iron Spider suit.
But Captain America is more of the mentor of Spider-Man a little bit.
Which, if you don't know, Spider-Man did join Iron Man's side in the Civil War, revealed his identity, and then changed sides into Captain America's side.
But that's in the graphic novel.
That's in the graphic novel. We're not sure if that will happen in the movie or not.
Yeah.
And just from a quick count, 7 people on Captain America's side if you include Red Wing. If you don't include Red Wing, then it's 6.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that a robot does not count as a person.
Well, then that could technically also count for Vision.
That's an android.
Yeah, but still, 6 or 7 if you include Red Wing against 5.
Yeah.
Now, just from what we see here, that doesn't seem like a fair fight.
Yeah, but Scarlet Witch is involved, I think, in Captain America: Civil War. But we don't know if she's going to be on a team or not from this. But this is the confirmed team. That's really stupid of me. The confirmed team, and I just. Well, anyway, we don't know Scarlet Witch's involvement.
Spider-Man's involvement.
Spider-Man's involvement, or anyone else's involvement, besides the teams.
Yeah, but besides the very limited members that we know now.
Yeah.
Now, just before we move on, Captain America: Civil War. I think that Civil War shouldn't be part of the Captain America franchise, as Civil War is its own series. But that's just my opinion. I reckon they should have made a Captain America 3, and then after Captain America 3 and Doctor Strange and everything like that, then make a Civil War as its own movie. But that's obviously not what they decided, so let's just move on from that.
Oh, and it's also, I think I read somewhere that Captain America: Civil War is subtitled as Avengers 2.5.
Huh. 2.5 Avengers, alright.
Oh well. Well, that does that for that topic.
Alright. Now, this topic I don't think most people would have seen coming on a nerd podcast until we introduced it at the very beginning. Scooby-Doo. Now, even though Scooby-Doo is meant for younger people that are into cartoons and stuff, nobody can hate a talking dog.
Yeah, I love Scooby-Doo.
That it's just impossible to not enjoy watching a talking dog.
Yeah.
But the new animated movie, Scooby-Doo and Kiss Rock and Roll Mystery. Now, Kiss, just if you don't know, are a rock and roll band. Now,
from the Stone Age.
Yeah.
As we youth like to call it.
Yeah. But I recently saw this movie and it got me thinking. Scooby-Doo, the franchise is running out of ideas. They went to WrestleMania, which was a good movie, and they went to Kiss, which it's confusing. Spoiler alert again. This honestly should go without saying it right at this point, but in the movie they go to a Kiss theme park where Kiss are about to play for a what's the word I'm thinking of? I'll edit it in if I remember it. But they're about to do a performance, and there it is. And there's a Crimson Witch who wants to steal a black diamond because one, it's a diamond and it's worth a lot of money.
Well, not to be racist, but yeah, black diamond.
They're rare, but Kiss are currently in possession of that. So the Crimson Witch tries to steal the diamond. Then you realize about halfway through the movie, as they unmask the witch, it's not actually a human, it's a real witch. So they put the mask back on, then they go to a alternate dimension, or an alternate dimension. Scooby-Doo gang and Kiss follow the witch into an alternate dimension after she steals the diamond and is about to summon something called the Destroyer, which will destroy the planet. It's very cliche. But we realize it when they go to the alternate dimension that Kiss have superpowers. Like the demon, he can vomit fire or spit fire, which Shaggy and Scooby later learn in the movie, which is cool, but, spitting fire might get old after a while. Then you realize all the others also have their own unique superpowers. They eventually go stop the witch after returning to the normal planet, where in Earth, you realize that they were all hallucinating, and it was all made up that that Kiss had superpowers, that the witch was actually a witch, that the Destroyer was going to destroy the planet. That was all in their minds. Now this is when it sort of gets confusing. The witch then comes back with the diamond and tries to, do whatever witches do at that time, kill people, steal stuff, whatever they do. The witch is then stopped after being revealed as one of the crew members or security members. I can't remember which one, but after being revealed as that, they leave. The Scooby-Doo gang leave except for Shaggy and Scooby, which stay back to grab a snack. Which then the demon spits fire again to warm up a churro, I think it's what it's called. And then they all fly away after having superpowers for that entire movie. Now, from what I've just said, that is very confusing. They had superpowers. Then they went to alternate dimension, came back and realized that they didn't have superpowers and it was all hallucinations. And then you realize that they have superpowers at the very end. It's a very confusing movie. But if you're going to see it, just be prepared. It's going to be weird. Yeah, you have to be prepared for the weirdest to happen in that movie. So that does that for the Scooby-Doo topic. Anything else that we should talk about?
Oh yeah, the new Assassin's Creed movie costume.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's dark, it's a little dark, but it was okay. Yeah. It showed Michael Fassbender in it, which he looks awesome. But that assassin is a descendant from a Spanish assassin from the 15th century. But this is not. This is a new character. This is not a character linked to the game, even though he is an assassin.
And if you hear squeaking, that's just the recording area. It's nothing to be concerned about.
Yeah, it's a low budget sort of thing.
Right, now continue.
Well, anyway, it's a new character that was created for the movie. But I have faith. I have a little faith. Like we know that comic book not comic book movies. Oh my god. Video game movies do not have the big reputation, but I'm pretty sure that this will be an alright movie.
And examples of video game movies that don't have very good reputations: the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I was thinking of that.
Yeah. Hitman Agent 47, which I haven't gone and seen that, but the reviews on IMDb are
worse than the first one.
They're worse than the first one. The Agent 47 5.9. Hitman the movie, which was made in 2007, got, I think it was like 6.3 or something.
Yeah, 6.3 on IMDb.
IMDb.
The good side.
Hopefully the Assassin's Creed movie will have an alright reputation and be a good movie.
Yeah. I think, but anyway, back to the costume. It's really good. You should check it out. I think that does for my part of the topics.
Right. Now, the secrets that we've been keeping from the beginning of this episode, the two secrets, one, we'll be starting 2 miniseries, which I think we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
We don't know when we'll start them, but at some point we will begin them on our YouTube channel.
Yeah. If you would like to know them, Cyber Guy will be doing Who Would Win.
That's correct.
Which is what, Cyber Guy?
Yeah, well, Who Would Win is basically just, I'll make an episode, I will list the facts and superpowers and gadgets of one hero. I'll then do the same with another one. And then at the end, I will ask everyone who's listening to that to comment or email us at our email address, which will be in the description, about who would win. And then based on those facts alone and nothing else, who would win. Then also I will be asking for ideas for the next episode, and if there are any specific requests, so I'll ask just for one hero, and then the two most common ones I'll pick, or any specific requests, then I'll try and do that as well.
Alright.
And I believe dude, will be starting something called Comic Book Origins.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would that be?
Well, it's basically like origins for superheroes, supervillains from comic book series. But the first episode that I will publish a little later. I don't know when.
Which we don't know what time. So.
Yeah. It'll be a Superman Origins.
Yeah.
And then the second one will be a Batman Origins, and then the third one will be a Spider-Man Origins. So I'll cover the top 3 most well-known superheroes that every kid grew up with.
And still grows up with today.
Yeah. And after the Spider-Man one, I will ask for requests on any supervillains that you as an audience would like to hear. And we'll try and do my best.
Right. And just so you know in advance, these will be individual series, so Nerd Dude will be doing Comic Book Origins by himself. I will have nothing to do with that, and the same vice versa. I will be doing Who Would Wins, and Nerd Dude will have nothing to do with that as well.
Yeah, but it will still be on our channel on YouTube, Local Nerd News with Nerd Dude, this type of guy. And
we won't be uploading them on our PodOmatic account, because that'll just be for main episodes only.
Yeah. So we should talk about topics that we should discuss about, like sequels that should happen.
Yeah, sequels that should happen. Well, the first one that comes to my mind, the first two that come to my mind actually, are both being made. TMNT 2, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Half Shell.
Yeah, that is being made, and Fantastic Four, the new one, 2. Okay. So those two are being made.
Is there a reason why you want them to happen?
Well, mainly just because the first movies, like TMNT and Fantastic Four, they both have bad reputations, even though I thought they were both alright movies. I like TMNT a little better than Fantastic Four, but I reckon that a second movie may restore their reputation, which would be nice because they're both very good series and well known. If you've seen animations or read comic books, they're both very well known.
Oh, and just to say, the TMNT movie that Cyber Guy was discussing about is the Michael Bay film from last year.
Yes.
So, yeah. It needs a sequel to restore its reputation, even though some sequels are bad. Like
some sequels are bad, but
like Iron Man 2 or Spider-Man 3 or The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Everyone has their own opinion. That's my opinion about sequels that should happen. What about you, dude?
Well, let's see. Well, looking at the selections that we have here in our base, we have like a lot of movies. I think
that's right. We have a base.
Yeah. The Nerd Cave.
Not related to the Batcave in any way.
Yeah. I think. Well, sequels that should stop. Transformers.
Yeah.
Like the first one was okay. The second one was bad. The third one was worse. And I don't know how they stuffed up the fourth one. But I'm pretty sure that Michael Bay will find a way to do well, as he puts it, in Transformers 5. But to fans, it'll fail.
But come on, that's enough. Yeah. You've already made 4. Come
on. Sequels that should happen. Oh, I never really thought of any.
If there is any awkward silences, myself in the future, remember to edit this out.
Let's see. Sequels. Oh, damn, this is hard. Probably.
There's one that there's one that I just remembered that is a bad movie, but Green Lantern, even though that does have another movie coming up, but it's a reboot.
Yeah.
So technically doesn't need a sequel because it's having a reboot.
Probably.
That voice break there.
Yeah. What needs a good sequel? Can you help me out?
Well, let's see. Yeah, right now, since you can't see us, we're just looking at the selection of movies. Well,
Probably.
Well, I remember you saying the Man of Steel movie was bad, yeah. So do you reckon that might need, well, even though it already does have one coming up, do you reckon that would need a sequel to help your opinion of it?
Probably, yeah. Yeah. So Zack Snyder better stop screwing around with Superman. Stop there was good action, like a lot of action, but it was, to me, it felt a little bland.
Yeah. All right. If we remember to do this, in our YouTube one, which also has images, sometimes remember to add in the image of Superman, but as Nick Cage or Nick Cage Superman.
Oh yeah,
remember?
Nick Cage Superman. I can
remember?
never forget what he looks like. That is so funny.
Remember to put that into the YouTube version.
Yeah, long hair and a Tim Burton style costume.
Oh man.
Well, oh yeah, I remember one. Dredd. The first Dredd needs a sequel.
Judge Dredd. Just
not Judge Dredd, because
Dredd
there were two Dredd movies. The first one was Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone. That was bad, and the second one, Dredd. Forgot the main actor. I'm really sorry if you're listening to it. I really am, but I forgot your name. The first one was good. It had good action, good sequence. They didn't hold back. Like, the main villain, spoiler alert, the main villain was captured by Dredd. He asked if she had any defense, and then she just breathed out smoke, and he was like, I forgot what he said, but something like, defense noted.
No.
He threw her out a window, fell down so many stories. You would think that they would cut that out when she drops to the ground.
Yeah.
But they don't. The minute she hits the ground, you see blood coming out of her.
Wow.
Yeah. But that was pretty good. That was a good scene for me, and I liked Dredd. I liked it.
Yeah, and this is just
And that's my sequels, by the way.
Now, just before we move on, a couple more that I think need sequels, which I'm not sure if you would agree with them or not, no, dude, but RoboCop, the new RoboCop series, that needs a sequel.
Because I remember I was watching the original. I was watching the original sequel, and they had a kid as a drug dealer. A kid. Oh my god, it was the funniest ever seen in RoboCop.
Remember to bleep that word out. But so the new RoboCop one definitely needs a sequel, and Terminator. But more specifically, Terminator Genesis, or Terminator Genesis 2, which hopefully they'll spell Genesis correct this time. Now, yes, I do know that they are getting sequels, but they need them to come out earlier, but not with poor quality, but with good quality. Because, just say with Sharknado, for example, 3 movies came out, one's coming out this year, I think, in 3 years. Like, you know, if 3 movies of the same series come out in 3 years, the quality's not going to be that good.
Yeah.
Alright, so this means that we're wrapping up the episode.
Oh, wait, there's one more thing that we should discuss about. Donald Trump.
Yes, Donald Trump.
As Deadpool.
Which is also known as Trump Pool.
Yeah, Trump Pool. Like, the minute we were looking for topics to discuss in this interview, we stumbled upon a fan-made video made with Donald Trump as Deadpool. And it is so funny.
Oh, boy.
Funny.
So if we remember, we'll put the link in the description so you can see it for yourself.
Yeah, and Donald Trump, if you're listening to this, even though maybe you won't.
Yeah, because why would you listen to a podcast with just 2 guys talking? Yeah. But if you do,
I think you'll like it. I think you'll like it.
You made a pretty good Deadpool.
Yeah.
That was good.
I think that. Before we wrap up, is there anything you would like to say, Sabakai?
Well, in episode 3, we will put a full interview with someone who likes to be called Mr. Nats, the resident science guy.
Or the great one, which may not be in the interview.
But he wants to be called either one of those two, Mr. Nats, the resident science guy, or the great one. We can't remember what we put in the interview, but either one of them, that's what he'll be referred to as. Here's a short 5 to 6 minute clip of the interview, so you can see for yourself before it's actually released.
Hello, welcome nerdians to Local Nerd News. I'm Nerd Dude.
And I'm Sabagai, and today we are here with Mr. Nats, the resident science guy.
Good evening, or good afternoon, actually. Jeez, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. How's it going, boys?
Yeah, that's alright.
Pretty good. So from what we know, you're a teacher at a college that only teaches up to year 10.
Yes, that is correct. That
Okay.
is absolutely correct.
That's really crazy.
Yeah, you'd rarely get those schools these days, but yeah, look, I like the environment. Being a former student myself, I used to the surroundings and good people to work with, good students, good teachers. Everyone's good here. Yeah, absolutely.
That's good.
Yep. And you teach two subjects which are most of the time classified as nerdy subjects: science and maths.
And our weakness, physical education.
Oh, you crack me up. Well, by trade, I am the kryptonite, as you would call it, of PE. But yes, I do dabble in the nerd arts of science and maths. But I don't really consider them to be nerdy type subjects. Like I know, your typical smarter people are good in those domains, but I think, it's readily accessible for everyone. But, if you want to class it as that, I would put myself pigeonholed underneath the nerd banner, if that's what you want to call it. Yeah, definitely.
Since you said that you classify yourself as a nerd, would you classify yourself as one of the nerds that did their homework all the time, or one of the nerds that are mainly focused on video games, movies, etc.?
I'm probably a bit of both, I think. Like, in my early high school days, probably homework wasn't high on the radar. Like, I play a lot of sports, so that was probably my big priority. But, as you get towards your latter years and, real world stuff and a lot of pressures and all that sort of stuff, yeah, schoolwork was a big focus. But I did just as much time playing consoles, computer games, and watching movies as much as the next person. So it was a bit of a balance between the two, definitely.
So I think to begin, we'll just start off with some basic nerdy questions, like what is your favourite superpower and why?
Favourite superpower. You actually asked me this the other day, and I said my favourite superpower was to have all superpowers, but obviously that can't happen. So probably big fan of Superman. So probably the biggest one would probably be flying. Would probably be the awesome one. I reckon it'd be really cool to fly.
Yeah.
Most people would say fly.
Yeah, definitely. What's your favourite? Probably mentioned this before.
Yeah, fly.
Yes.
Fly?
Yeah,
And?
fly.
My one would be matter manipulation.
Oh, yes, you did mention that. Yeah, altering matter, states of matter. I like it. From a science perspective, that's a pretty good superpower to have.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Except for the fact that you completely break the law of matter cannot be created or destroyed. But
Well, when you are a superhero, you're kind of already breaking that law anyway,
Yeah.
so...
okay, next question.
Having a think.
Yes.
Well, you were talking before about consoles. We were having a bit of a chat
consoles.
before about consoles, so...
You've had nearly all of the old consoles from what we talked about earlier before we started recording, so don't get that the wrong way. Yes, I did just talk to an iPad. What was your favourite old console? And on that console, what was your favourite video game?
Look, you can't... If I had to pick at the old consoles, probably had the most entertainment on was probably the Nintendo 64. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the Super Nintendo, I love the original Nintendo, the SNES and all that. But there was nothing better than an N64. It was just the games that brought, basically revolutionised, I think, the console culture that we have today. You had Mario Kart, which was absolutely awesome. You had Super Smash Brothers, all these great games on that console. And, especially because it was more my teenage years when I was playing that, especially my early teenage years. It was probably something I could appreciate a little bit more than probably the Super Nintendo. Yeah.
Are you a big fan of movies?
Love my movies. I look, I'm going to be honest, like probably of late I've probably declined a little bit on the more cinema experience, but growing up that was the go-to place. My friends and I would always go to the movies. That was our thing. You were too young to go clubbing at the time, and then when you couldn't be bothered going out, that sort of thing, probably the biggest thing was going to the movies and watching as many movies as you could.
What's your favourite?
That's a tough one. I don't think I could say really. I don't really pinpoint one. I'm just a fan of particular genres. So I love a good action flick. I love a good comedy. Obviously now with all the superhero movies coming out, they've obviously taken my fancy a little bit more. So there'll probably be ones that I would actively go out to the cinema and watch rather than wait for it to come out on DVD. But I'll probably steer clear of more the horror movies and stuff as well. So yeah, definitely.
What's your least favorite?
My least favourite. Oh,
Very quick questions, by the way.
very good questions.
Thank you, guy.
Least favourite would probably be. Oh, look, anything from the horror genre. It's just not me. Like, I just, not that I say I'm afraid per se, but it just has no entertainment value. I watch movies to be entertained. I watch movies to be switched off. But actually, a genre that I'd probably lean towards, I don't know about you guys, is probably more the thriller genre. Like, I've never been the biggest fan about it, but a lot of movies that do make you think, like, an example would be Shutter Island, or these sort of movies that kind of make you think. Inception, these sort of things that kind of a little bit more topical, and you could probably have a bit more of a conversation with people about. Is probably the sort of movies I actually enjoy these day and age as well. So yeah, how about yourselves? What sort of genres do you lean towards predominantly when you go to the movies?
Action, sci-fi, comedy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with sci-fi. I want to go with comedy, but mainly superheroes.
Yeah.
I go and see every superhero movie that comes out at the cinemas.
And they're obviously hit and miss as well, wouldn't you agree? Like, there's some great ones, but there's just some stinkers out there. We all talked about Green Lantern before. I don't think we should give it the pleasure of having it on this podcast, but, probably one of the poorer ones in the genre. But, there's been some good ones. Are you looking forward to any ones that are coming up?
And that wraps up for this episode, fellow Nerdians. Stay tuned for the next episode, which might be released in a fortnight or so.
It may be released in a fortnight, or if we have a busy schedule, it may be released quite a while from now.
In a month.
Yes. If you have any ideas for topics, leave them in the comment section, or if you really want to, you can send it to our email, which will be in the description.
Yeah. And just to remember, stay calm and get beamed up.
We're still thinking of a catchphrase.
So, see ya. Bye. Nerdians.